Another day. Time for some Witcher. I really like the way I would commentate this. A lot of times when a person who's actually trying to produce a Let's Play series is doing commentary, I think the professional thing to do that everyone just sort of unconsciously emulates is not making it very personal in a way. And of course they talk about their own thoughts, their feelings, and sometimes they'll even talk about things that are going on with them. But I mean, it's not personal in that they make it clear that they're a person sitting in front of their computer or their console, starting up a recording and beginning a Let's Play session. Nobody does that. You're only going to get something like that here on Eincrou. And of course, only after I've given up on producing videos for any kind of an audience. It's a new day of me recording this game. When's the last time you heard a Let's Play person say that? Probably never. It's a new day for me playing this game. This is going to be, I think, part 14. I saw this morning, what was it, like part 5 or part 6 just went live. Yesterday I did a live stream. It was pretty late when I started, about 9:30 p.m. I went about an hour and a half recording, and that's going to be visible in a publicly scheduled video right on time, right when a part 13 should come out for this series. I think that's going to be on June 3rd. Today is the 31st of May. It doesn't say the date on here. But yeah, I'm a dude sitting in front of his computer playing a game. And I'll sit here for 3 minutes just talking before I actually press the continue.
While searching for the witch Ciri had quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend, Kira Metz. Sorceress told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Kira in tow.
So I did an hour and a half live stream last night. It was, as I brand my live stream, a solo live stream. Nobody watched. You go live on Twitch, and it's like just sitting there playing a game and talking to yourself, just like this here. Except with Twitch, if nobody shows up to watch when you're live, it's literally a 0. There was literally no point in doing it live. You might as well have just recorded it locally. And in the case of this, the way I'm producing this series, it would have been higher quality. It would have been 1440p and 60 frames per second. And the bit rate I'm recording with is well above the 6 kilobits per second I have to use. 6 kilobits per second I have to use to conform with Twitch requirements. Twitch requiring a limit, adding a hard limit of 6,000 kilobits per second was really brutal for the way I do live streams, because now the YouTube edition really suffers, and I would have to record my gameplay separately using a different encoder, which is something I actually used to do. But I don't have the overhead to do that with this game. The system resources available to handle the overhead of doing that is what I'm trying
Another
to...
horse, almost exactly like the last one.
Trying to
see
say.
what this does.
Geralt, I don't know what you did, but it worked. Come back here.
It doesn't really sound like her voice echoing through the halls. It sounds like she's just in a really large and echoey room.
Look, they're opening. Let's go. Geralt! Worked it well.
Alright. Just getting myself a little bit reacquainted with where I am and what I'm doing.
Well, now I know what distorted my effort at teleportation.
These mushrooms?
Portal.
Oh.
We must try to activate it.
Imagine that's going to be pretty simple. Just walk up to it and press the examine button.
I think that's a swallow.
What? Come.
Sure it's safe.
Of course. The elven mage prepared this passage for Ciri. Come on now.
I can't remember if this is where the Wild Hunt fight actually is. If I'm going to face those Wild Hunt hounds, whatever they're called. Or if that's actually later, but let's find out.
It's grown
What
awfully
is
quiet.
that?
Is that bad?
A bit like the calm before a storm.
I think that is a boss fight right there. I remember a fight with some sort of golem, and that looks like it's going to be it. What do you have to say about this,
Bad
Kira?
feeling about this?
not recognized. Intruders. Destroy the intruders.
Alright, golem is probably not weak to anything I have. I can't remember what class golems are, but I know that there are many golems in the game. Alright, let's get that.
Just wonderful.
Or is he vulnerable to that? Not really. Oh, that will hurt you. Splash damage. Ooh, yeah, the splash damage is serious. Oof. Oh, come on. I totally pressed the actual. I actually didn't press dodge. I actually pressed roll there. It didn't work. Alright. Move it. Yeah, I don't know what's a good sign to use on this guy. That does no damage. Oof, 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 what the? I can't, oh, I'm stuck, I can't, I'm on the chest. Oh my god, am I dead? Am I screwed? Get out of there. Oh, flippity gibbet. I gotta use another swallow. Oh, whoops. I can try Earden, maybe that'll do something. But Kira keeps knocking him out of it. Oh, there's the big shit. I wonder if she could eventually just kill him with lightning. guy's really not vulnerable to anything I can do. Like, I'm critting him for 27. That's... Oof. Hard doesn't seem to do anything. Oh my god. I did 1 damage. Yeah, just keep him blocked off in this corner. And maybe that'll be good. Oof. I don't think there's really anything I'm missing in here. It's just a tedious ass fight. I love seeing that he hits me, but it only does 0 damage. Because that's what invincibility means. It means you got hit, but it was ineffective. Let's try that. Use... Oh, what? As soon as I use Tawny Owl, he suddenly takes a ton of damage and dies. What was that? Alright, let's read about it. It's an Ogrid. Ogroid. No, it's not. Necker's Ogroid. Neckers, take... take heed, gents. There's Neckers under this here bridge. If you all cross at once without slowing or stopping, there's nothing to fear. But if your cart throws an axle and you get stuck out there, well, close your eyes and pray to Melitele. A lone Necker is harmless, 5 are dangerous, 10 can kill even a veteran monster slayer. Particularly troublesome are the larger, stronger individuals known as warriors, as well as a well-breed of Neckers known as Fukas. The water hags. Folks say water hags are drowners' wives. If that be true, tain't no wonder why they're such orny bitches. Some tales mention water hags and swamp bints masquerading as lost old women to lure travelers back to the rickety shacks they build in the wetlands. In truth, only a blind man or a sighted man blinded with drink could mistake the rank sludge and rotten carrion of a water hag's den for a cozy cottage, and the hideous hag herself for an innocent grandmother. Their wrinkled, wart-covered bodies stand nearly 2 yards tall, with skin the color of a long-dead cadaver and stinking of muck and fish. Bony growths 2 spans long stick out from their backs, with hair like a tangle of seaweed and claws that would make a werewolf proud, completing the picture. Why no entry for gold?
And that would be that. I knew we'd manage.
That's so? Make sure and tell me beforehand next time.
My intuition's a fine instrument, Witcher. Don't underestimate it. I've some very good feelings about you, for instance. In several domains.
Huh? Alright, see if I can make that cursed oil. I can. We got plenty of all that. Relict oil, I need more mistletoe. Can't remember what type of enemies relics are. Is the ogre, I mean the golem a relict? I think it might be. I don't have the ducal water, I don't have the mistletoe, so that's gonna be that. I think I should meditate. Don't need to meditate for long. Just want to replenish my items, my alchemy stuff. Let's go, Kira. I want to see her climb up that. Come on. Nice. Leshen decoction.
Once you finally find Ciri, what will you do? Any plans?
Depends what she wants.
Imagined it? How it will transpire?
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take her back to the Emperor.
No.
I'm sorry for getting ahead of myself. At times I forget. We hardly know each other. Certainly not enough to discuss personal matters.
Not to worry. We'll get there.
Really? I don't know if we have time for that, Geralt. It's a big world to explore out here. Though maybe we could have a moonlit picnic with her if things go well. That's the wrong button. Hangman's Venom, I think, is something that will... Oh, I got the Noonwraith decoction finally. I think that will be making me more effective against humanoids. There we go. Significantly limits the duration of knockdown, hypnosis, stun, and blindness. I actually have those ergot seeds. Yep, Hangman's Venom. Attack power versus humans and non-humans. So that means basically dwarves. Dwarves, elves, halflings.
Uh-oh.
What? Got that feeling again?
Okay, now I remember this fight. Ooh. Completely immune to that. Oh, wow. That was the wrong button. Oh. Oh, what? Dodging is usually the best tactic when fighting monsters. When fighting humans, try to parry their attacks with your sword. Yeah. This guy hits hard as... Oh! Hard as balls. He's stomping. Ooh. It's disgusting. There's the stomp. Hey, where's Kira? She glitched out? Not here? Whoops. Alright, let's get Yrden down here. Oh, shit. Then I want a Thunderbolt. Okay, swallow. Alright, there's my Thunderbolt down. Oh, he's gonna throw some shit at me there, I think. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, swallow's almost down. It's down. There we go. You motherfucker.
Look, they're opening. Let's go.
Yeah, where were you? Still don't see her. Spirit bolts. Broadhead bolts. Elementa. Is it just me, or is that gargoyle ogling us? Lara Estevan, burglar from Loch Muin. Gargoyles are stone statues brought to life by magic in order to guard mages' laboratories and lairs from intruders. Their appearance alone has scared off more than one prospective burglar. Those who do not take fright at the sight of these horned and winged monstrosities usually die shortly thereafter, torn to shreds by stony claws. Demeridium bomb, element oils, and Quen. As Yrden is actually pretty effective against them as well because they are so slow, just base to begin with. So they're even slower and even easier to get in some attacks. So the fight worked out pretty well on the second go around.
Teleport over there.
We must activate it quickly. I've a feeling another golem's about to surprise us.
I have a feeling you're not actually in the game, Kira. Where'd you go? There she is. What is that? Showing that picking something up there would be stealing.
Look, it worked. Come on. Well, coming. managed to cross the bridge. This is where we saw the wild hunt.
Great. Means they're way ahead of us. Come on.
How do they get here? Oh, right. They use different teleportation methods. I forgot.
Wild hunt. Definitely.
They destroyed the mage's sentries. They didn't come here for a friendly chat with the elf.
Meaning you ever thought they might have?
It's always nice when a man makes a sarcastic statement to a woman and she has no response. Usually it's the other way around. The woman says something smart mouth to a man. He's like, oh my god, she's so smart and so clever. I can't think of anything to say in response to that. So I'm just going to be silent and give her the impression that she has social dominance over me. This game's loot system has dominance over me, but I found a way to loot that. See if it's actually any good. I think it might be, since it's blue quality. I think I will use it. How does this one compare? It's a level 1, this is level 2. So let's get a rune in there. I'm also overburdened. That's a problem. I think the Glyph of Igni should be pretty strong. I use Igni a lot. I think I should probably use one of these. Probably the Wraith decoction. But holy shit, that's a lot of toxicity. Might not be worth it. But I'm gonna have to drop some stuff. And I don't think any of that's going to be it. Drop. Drop. That's worth quite a lot. Keep it. Alright. So if I ever need some junk to pick up for some quick cash, I know where to find it. I think I'm only going to record one part this session. I've been really struggling to eat enough lately. So I've been really feeling shitty. I think I'll just record this one part and go eat lunch, try to get a real lunch. Then I'll play again. I got nothing better to do in this life. Might as well play Witcher. Maybe I will actually finish this. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting into it. I'm really having I have a smooth process for the production. It's beautiful quality. So I can create this as sort of a little bit of a legacy to leave behind. A Witcher 3 Let's Play. It's on max difficulty. Okay, so yes, this I remember is where I face the Wild Hunt Hounds, or whatever they're called.
What is this?
The White Frost. Mage from the Hunt summoned it. Can you seal those cracks it's blowing through?
They're too far. We must get closer. I should shield us with Demisha Crest's surge. Stand at my side.
Sure.
Darian and I. Ready. Stay close.
Alright, so let's see if any of the dogs are invisible to me, like they were the first time I did this. I think Ard's going to be useful here. However, so could Igni.
We must close them.
Want me to go?
I'll do it. Just cover me.
Alright, here they come. Oh, don't want to go out there, I don't think. Oh, right, they heal. I need to kill one so I can see what their weaknesses are. Oops. Yeah, so there would be hounds of the Wild Hunt I literally could not see. And I just would have to look for the nameplate. Yep, don't want to stay out there too long. Oh. Come on. You done yet?
Stamina. I'm beginning to think we might make it.
Alright, I'm beginning to think that I should have an entry. Oh, it's an Elementa, damn it. I don't have Elemental Oil. But they are weak against Igni and Axii. And Dimeradium Bombs. Hounds of the Wild Hunt. Baying at the heels of the Wild Hunt are its hounds. Fierce beasts which follow it like dust clouds, trailing after a comet. Hushed legends speak of them losing their way at times and descending from the night sky to earth, cold and death following in their wake. S.E. Blackjack Davin, a Troubadourites, I don't know what that is. Born, or so some experts believe, of magic ice crystal, the hounds of the Wild Hunt race alongside their spectral masters like ravenous, feral dogs. They are only capable of mindlessly attacking whatever crosses their path. Yeah, I don't really want to use any of that. None of this is going to do anything. You're not allowed to save. Fine. Could you, like, maybe put some pep in your step, Kira? Casually walking. Like, we're not in a big combat zone right now. Does the epic soundtrack maybe give you a hint? Ah, shit. She's a swallow. What are you doing, Geralt? Never attack towards the camera. I love the angle on that Igni there, by the way. It's really great. Whoops. Ah! Taking some shots. Let's see what Axie does to these guys. Stun. For less than a second.
Just one more.
Let's heal up. Again, Kira, I'm gonna have to insist that you speed up a little bit. This is getting kind of ridiculous.
Hey, Nicola!
Come on over, guys. The weather is fine. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, just angrily growl at me. That's gonna get the job done. Oof. Ah, shit. Just imagine me trying to do this fight, and I can't see half of the hounds because they're not rendering due to some strange glitch that I've never seen in any game before and never seen in any game since. Yep, more coming. Ah, shoot. Is that it?
Worked.
Nice job, Kira. Couldn't help but notice that you weren't able to close the rifts until I actually killed all the hounds.
Pass.
But I'm sure that's just a
Great
coincidence.
deal of power.
If you can't go on,
You can't leave me here.
I'd never do that.
That's why you need to say power overwhelming if you're out of power.
Love to be able to say we could stay here a while and rest.
I know. We must go on.
That's right. Be stoic, Kira.
They blocked the passage. Maybe I can try.
Leave it to me.
I'll see what she's gonna do. And then I'll go loot.
Come, we might still catch them.
Nice. See, this is... like, when you first meet Kira, she's a little hard to take in, but this is where you start to really gain a respect for her. And start to like her. At least, I do. Maybe other people hate her. I don't think she's gonna be hated by too many people, though. At least not at this stage. Maybe a little bit later. Alright, anything else? Big old chest just contains some bottled water. Well, I think I should meditate again. First, let me check my alchemy. Yeah, I've got tons of alcohol list. Oh, I can make the grape shot. Got some calcium equum at some point. I would like to use some bombs, but I couldn't really use any bombs during the previous fight because I just blow myself up. It is close quarters combat. Gotta stay inside the circle. Shy lizard. Sly lizard. Wow. Still can't make any usable silver swords. Gotta keep using this piece of shit. Alright, let's meditate. It's an interesting way of replenishing consumables, or at least some of the consumables, the potions, the decoctions, etc.
Thanks for your help. Pretty tough slog.
Good thing I came with you.
Yep.
You'd never have managed without me, would you?
I agree.
Come now, admit it.
I agree flat out. I'm not gonna deny it. You did a great job back there, Kira. Closing magical wild hunt portals? Like, you must have trained for years to be able to do shit like that. Whoops. We got a little bit of a diversion here, Kira. Gotta be quick, though. And careful. Alright, I bet you there's a fogger in here. Yep.
Great.
Where'd he go? Okay, let's get the oil. Son of a bitch. Nice. Here you go, buddy. There he is. Okay, I don't even know what don't even know what I got out of the Ooh, Marble Forest. I forget what it does, but that is a classic potion. Drowner tongues. Accelerates regeneration. Adrenaline points. Petrie's filter. Increases sign intensity. When did I get that? Actually, let me eat various stuffs. Is it instant when I do it in the menu? No.
He awaits us.
Alright, here's the battle that I was expecting. The Wild Hunt. This is a tough battle. So I'm probably gonna die. Oh. I've been able to do that. So I am forced to get 3 points in something before I can get that. I don't think I'm too enthusiastic about going with bombs, but I could go with potions. I like using potions. Just toxicity-based stuff. That's basically for if you're going to be using decoctions. Potion overdose threshold. Heals vitality. That's pretty powerful side effects. I think I'll go with this. And I now have the ability to get tier 2 stuff, or I guess this is tier 3. So what is my maximum toxicity? One 153, I suppose. Okay. Let's try decoction. So I did have 100 max toxicity. Now I have 153. It's pretty nice. I don't know if there's any knockdown, hypnosis, stun, or blindness effect. There might be, actually. so I'll hold off on that. Poison cloud. Fiery explosion. Think that's gonna be a good setup.
Well,
Oh yeah, look at this guy.
You're stubborn, one.
Geralt, I shall help you.
Step back.
Stop telling me what to do.
Stop telling me what to
How
do.
long you lost?
It'll probably last until you start summoning the dogs. And then I am screwed. Oof! Flippity gibbet.
You'll regret that.
Keep knocking his ass back. I'm gonna save my... Oh, shit. Save my potions. Till the fight starts getting harder. Because right now it's just him. And I know that dogs will come. Yep. Ouch.
He's opening a passage.
Stay calm. Focus.
Uh-oh. Damaged items. One of your items is in bad shape. Repair it. Otherwise it won't work as well. We do have some repair kits. Where are they? Only 15%? Uh-oh. I don't think I have any alternative. Oh, I do. It's actually an upgrade. So let's do like this. Ah, shit. Oh, what are you doing, Geralt? I told you, don't attack stuff behind the camera. That's never what I want you to do, ever. Alright, buddy. Let's do battle. Oh, I just noticed you're back at full health. That's a little bit of an issue. I'm pretty sure none of his attacks can be parried. No, I'm gonna try it. Here constantly knocking him back, that really helps. So I think once he goes to 1/3 HP, he will... Oh shit. I didn't have Quen up. I think he will heal again to full. But then we can kill him on the third round. I think that's how it works. Yes, I am a vat gun. Nope. Yep, there he goes. Let's try and kill this quick. Shit. Okay. All right. Let's do combat, buddy. Whoops. It's kind of silly because he can never hit me. I just hit him, dodge. Invincibility frames protect me from all damage. And the thing is, they said they looked to Dark Souls for inspiration on the combat system, but you can just exploit this so easily. Because there's no need to worry about the stamina. Let's hit Thunderbolt again. Kira's just spacing out. Not a care in the world. Oh. She seems to care now.
Unnecessarily. Let's look around.
If I've my knickers on straight, this looks like the elves' laboratory.
Interesting stuff here. What's a potion from Tirnalia? Let's check that sword out. It's not even good. You think it'd have a higher chance to cause bleeding than that, but no. It's just a regular heal. Whoops. CPU usage is extreme here for some reason.
Alright, let's watch this message.
After the white frost, spring ash down dreamy hills, past sparkling waters, Nalia drifts. I have the potion from there. Slowly, softly, silently into oblivion. Sage lips blacken, frosted bones quiver. Before an icebound eye can blink in distant skies, I will watch your descent. The Wild Hunt. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmaids to midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it is sighted, and all grows cold, though the sun shone bright moments before. Some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter, and claim the riders come always in winter. But nay, this is not so. The hunt brings its own ice. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes. Yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youths most often, in the prime of their wildling years, with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt rushes in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in the time between. What do they do with the captives? Elven sages. Many think Eincrou, meaning sage, is simply the elder speech term for sorcerer. Yet to equate a sage with a common practitioner of magic is akin to considering a newly drafted private, hay sticking out of his breeches, a witcher's equal simply because both wield swords. A sage wields magic true, and does so with greater skill than even the most accomplished of human mages. The great renown and regard in which they are held, however, comes not from this skill, but from the other, truly rare abilities they possess. Nothing is secret for an elven sage. They see both past and future as easily as the present. They have mastery over all the arcana of magic, as well as every domain of scholarship. They are the only ones who understand the nature and operation of the so-called elder blood in the gene of Laura Doran, and they guard this knowledge jealously. That's it. That's where it comes down to with Ciri. She is a descendant of Laura Doran. I remember now. The so-called elder blood. Yes. How numerous are the elven sages? In all my life, I've only met one. Ida Amin of the Blue Mountains. She might be possibly the last representative of this mysterious caste. Is it true I have encountered? It is true I've encountered mention a male elf who might also belong to it, but as of this writing I have been unable to confirm this. Well, I can confirm it now.
This place is no longer safe. Do not tarry here long. Trust no one. And above all, beware the witches of Crookback Bog.
Crookback Bog, that's our big destination.
The place where last we were together.
Where last we were together, not much to go on.
Just a swallow again.
Damn it.
Perhaps it's best he didn't leave a clearer message. The Wild Hunt broke in here. Surely they saw the projection.
They searched everything, and if they had more time, they'd probably have torn the place to the ground. But that doesn't change the fact that we haven't learned anything. Not about the elf, not about Ciri.
Well, we know they were well acquainted and traveling together.
I just don't understand how the Wild Hunt got here. They don't know. They don't know the answers to the hints, or maybe the clues were just left to prevent normal people from stumbling into this area. I don't know. I don't get it.
Wonder why they split up.
Perhaps because the Wild Hunt was on the elf's trail, and Ciri would be safer if they did.
The witches of Crookback Swamp.
Crookback Bog.
Big difference?
Kira,
No.
you're hiding something.
But I didn't say.
You know these witches?
I've never met them, but I've read of them. In an old manuscript I found in one of the huts in the village. It mentions the village witches venturing into Crookback Bog at times to liaise between the villagers and the crones, the ladies of the wood. The crones appear to be intolerant of outsiders. but they help the local folk. Apparently, they stopped the spread of the plague in Velen.
What's your take on this?
I'd love to shrug it off as the nattering of so many old women, yet throughout my first fortnight in Velen, I had horrible nightmares. Something was calling me out into the swamps. One night, I decided to enter the dream consciously, render it lucid. I confronted the thing directly. It broke contact at once. Peaceful nights ever since.
Doesn't like you. Maybe they'll like me, though.
Anything earlier? I told you Ciri had a run-in with a witch.
Well, I had no idea you meant them. If I'd told you something, you would have rushed off to find them. But we needed first to confirm that Ciri was here, didn't we?
Don't you keep secrets from me.
I shall tell you everything now.
Uh-huh.
Now, after I safely led you through the cave.
I can't believe you'd think so poorly of me. Perhaps you do bear a grudge against sorceresses.
You gonna make it about me?
Where
Look,
that
you
comes
you
from.
fucked up. You fucked it up. Don't put it on me.
How do I find them?
The swamps are vast, dangerous, but they say the crones mark the way for peasants who wish to visit them. The manuscript mentions a chapel in Crookback Bog, and from that chapel one must follow a trail of treats.
Treats.
Of course. They didn't read you bedtime stories at Kaer Morhen. All normal folk know that witches live in gingerbread houses poised atop chicken legs.
Chicken
I'll
legs.
have to see that to believe it.
Take the tome and read it. I truly
I
don't
don't have time to read a big ass book like that.
All right then. As a start, let's look for a way out of here.
Yeah, maybe it's got something to do with that shimmering wall. That's really conspicuous.
Come.
The bear legend. Alright, let's do a little more reading, I guess. Oh, bestiary entry for bears. The berserkers do not constitute a separate clan in terms of blood or lineage. They're instead a family forged by warriors who have heard the call of the bear and answered it by abandoning their loved ones and joining the community of mountain dwellers. The call of the bear, okay. Not every man who seeks to join it is accepted into the Brotherhood. Candidates must first pass difficult trials, which usually end in their death. The last trial is the hardest. It is called the Trial of the Bear's Triumph, but few outside the Brotherhood have ever witnessed it, and none know what those who undergo it must endure. Quite curiously, the inhabitants of Skellige themselves know very little about the Berserkers, or Wildkarls, as they call them. They do not like to talk about these man-bears, not with outsiders, and not even amongst themselves. Okay? Sounds like something that people would talk about. Pretty weird. Ladies of the Wood, the gods have abandoned us. The mighty of this earth care not for our fate. Only the ladies of the wood watch over Velen. In foul times, when plague and famine reap their harvest, we must beg the ladies for help. If they see fit, they will hear our pleas and knock back fortune's foul blows. This is how one begs help from the ladies. Find a child, young and innocent, and take it to Crookback Bog. Seek out the lady's shrine. 'Tis where the trail of treats begins. Set the child off on the trail, and it shall follow the sweet track and find the good ladies. The child will never want for anything again, for the ladies are kind and generous. Stand before their shrine, pronounce your supplication, and the good ladies will hear, for they see and hear all that takes place in their domains. Domain, I think is how that's pronounced. If you made the offering as it must be done, your plea shall be heard. Alright, now where am I going to get a young, innocent child to follow a trail of treats? That's going to be interesting. Doppler decoction. I haven't encountered any of those yet. Botchlings. Ooh, there's some dimeridium.
What's this?
The potion I gave him. Seems he saw a use for it. Drank it.
The Elder Blood. Is this going to be an anti-non-human screed? What exactly is the Elder Blood? Oh, of course, it's about the Elder Blood. And what's her name again? I forget the name of the person whose descendants have it, but yeah, maybe it'll be in here somewhere. This wall of text. Look at it, it's a wall of text. No paragraph breaks. What exactly is the Elder Blood? According to some, it is a powerful elven curse passed from generation to generation. Those in whose veins the infamous Eincrou flows are said to carry death and destruction within them, to sow hatred and disdain in the hearts of men. Wow. It was from this contaminated blood that Ithlinne prophesied an avenger would be born, a destroyer of nations and worlds. Others claim the Elder Blood is an extremely rare inherited talent, granting control over time and space to a degree unattainable even to elven sages. Sadly, few bearers of this gift have been able to control it in full. This merely partial mastery inevitably leads to sudden outbursts of the power that take the form of unpredictable, uncontrollable, and thus extremely dangerous explosions. Behind the dark legends about the curse of the Elder Blood lies the truth of these tragic cases. Could this be the source of the explosion that Yennefer went to the Skellige Isles to investigate? A dangerous explosion? I think it might be. More on that later, I think. For obvious reason, there's a little typo though, for obvious reasons, the bearers of the Elder Blood were always subjects of great interest to the world's mighty and to mages alike. The former counted on the truth of Ithlinne's prophecy, on an avenger being born who could destroy worlds and who they could thus use for their purposes. As for the latter, they hoped to harness the magic of Eincrou to broaden their own knowledge and powers. Ultimately, however, all these plans were for naught. The Elder Bloodline broke off with the disappearance of the heiress to the Nilfgaardian crown, Cirilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. Now, what is this? What is the magic and the powers? It's just granting control over time and space. What does that mean? Unpredictable and uncontrollable explosions? Doesn't seem like much of use here. It's like having a nuclear weapon. Yeah, it's great power, but what are you going to do with it? It's not going to help you pay your bills. It's not going to make you any friends. It's just some vague power that's not really useful in the real world. More reading. Well, it is a mage's library, so. Introduction to Applied Magic. Magic is the science of harnessing, subduing, and making use of the power of the elements. It is also an incarnation of chaos, which is why no one without proper training should ever dabble in any of its domains. Magic was introduced to this world through the convergence of something, I believe. So let's see. Conjunction of the spheres. There it is further down. Let's continue reading. Expert mages make of magic an art, but the road to virtuosity leads through years of practice, study, and hard work, and requires a considerable amount of required inborn talent. The writing on here is a little rough, okay? It requires a considerable amount of required inborn talent. It's a little redundant there, translators. Magic was implanted in our world through the conjunction of the spheres, which was discovered to be a living, changeable, and controllable being shortly thereafter. The name of the first mage, the one who first discovered this talent within himself and grappled with its power, is unknown. We do know, however, that in a relatively short period of time after the discovery of magic groups there should be a comma after magic there. that in a relatively short period of time after the discovery of magic, groups began to form in which talented beings could work together on developing their abilities. This period is usually considered the beginning of magic as a science, and these groups, the prototypes of magic schools. The fundamental planes from which one may draw magic power are earth, water, air, and fire. Earth, wind, and fire. In the tome which you currently hold, each of these will have a separate chapter dedicated to it, ordered according to the level of difficulty and danger associated with the element discussed, and thankfully it does not include the entire tome. Because I've had enough reading for this episode.
Mysterious mage herbalist.
Wyvern decoction. Wyvern decoction.
Mysterious mage herbalist.
I don't remember how this game pronounced it. Wyvern, wyvern. Anyway, let's look at this very conspicuous wall. It's literally pulsating and bubbling. And it's completely and totally flat. It's not made of actual bricks. Though, to be fair, neither are the real walls in here.
Strange. My medallion's trembling, but there's nothing here.
There's nothing here? You don't see that?
It's an illusion.
It's rippling.
I sensed it as well.
I saw it. And I'm not even magically attuned.
I bought this.
Meaning what?
The Eye of Nahalani. It dispels illusions. It's easy enough to build, so you're welcome to this one. It's bound to come in handy. And each time it does, you will think of me.
Is that what you like? Want me to think of you often in my travels? Covering illusions. When you notice a shimmer in the air, walk towards it. When you're close, press E to dispel the illusion. So he says the medallion's trembling, but in this game, unlike Witcher 1 and 2,
someone placed an illusion here.
The medallion doesn't actually tremble in the UI in Witcher 3, which is a strange change to make.
Simple, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Let's see where the passage leads.
Alright, we need your light, Kira. Thank you.
Do you feel that? A flow of fresh air from the left. Must be an exit that way.
Good. Let's get out of here.
Wait, hang on.
Wait, there's still the magic lamp.
The magic what now?
Lamp. The elf promised it to me in exchange for my help. And since his return here seems doubtful, I must retrieve it myself. If I can find it, that is. Will you help?
Yeah, I'll help you find your stupid genie lamp.
Yeah, I'll help.
Splendid. Come then.
I don't know what happens if you don't help her, but
I'm certain to find something here.
it's pretty cool to find a magic lamp. Why would I ever turn that down? Oh, I know why I would turn it down. Because it's time to end this episode, so I'm gonna have to turn that down for now and do it later, Kira. I'm sorry. But don't worry. By the time I come back, it will have been maybe a couple hours for me, but for you, it'll have been just like nothing. It'll just be seconds. It's great how video games are sort of pocket dimensions that have their own passage of time based on whether or not I'm running the game. Alright, I've been reading too much lore. I'm starting to think in magical terms. I'll be back in part... What was this? 14? 15? I don't even know. See you later.